Coach, after the slow start, what did you like about the way your group responded?
Exactly that. I think they did a very good job of understanding getting down early, but not hanging their heads. Understanding how we needed to play in order to get ourselves back in the game, and that was obviously the defensive side of the ball, and then the ball movement. Obviously, the ball touching everybody's hands, and not being afraid to attack the basket and then find the open man.
How much did some of the early fouling disrupt the flow of the offense? You're constantly taking either out of the basket or playing against their set defense.
Well, that's a continued area we're going to need to work on. Obviously, we talked about the last game. We put them on the line 34 times. Tonight we had put them on the line 26 times. So we're going to continue to work on that to get better, how we can defend and protect the rim without fouling.
Obviously, Franz and Dell have some experience playing together. Just how good does that combination continue to be with the way both of those guys read the game?
Well, it's such a positive. I think they do a great job of reading and playing off of each other. Obviously Wendell found a good rhythm out there. Franz being able to facilitate, them trying to get Paulo involved in the actions as well was a really good thing to see. And they have such a great feel for one another. And they're going to continue to build that.
What did you see from Paulo in terms of operating the ball in his hands, going downhill, and how much of that was stress to him in training camp?
I really love him getting downhill, putting pressure on the rim, understanding certain reads, certain decisions in the pick and roll, putting the ball in his hands and allowing him to make plays downhill, because he should be able to get to that rim on a consistent basis. And he's looking for different areas, but he's also looking to make the right read.
So I think there was one play where he had the ball in the right corner. It was a pick and roll, but a nice pocket pass to Wendell Carter Jr. Is that kind of the creativity that you want to see from him as the games continue to go?
Well, as we watch film today, he was just pointing out the different things that he sees, where defenses are rotating, what he can see, if a guy's coming across the lane, who's open, when to make the pocket passes. So what we've said about him is that he's always willing to make the easy play, and as the game continues to slow down for him, he's going to do a very good job there.
I'd be remiss didn't ask about the energy that Mo Wagner brings. Every night just seems when he gets in there, he's able to make an impact. Just what do you see with the energy he was able to bring?
Well, Mo is so fearless, and he provided us with that spark that was needed in that moment. He just understands what to do with guys, where to be on the floor, whether he's going to set a screen. He had the bell play and taking the charge, had the great block, the hustle play, gets the tip and then gets the ball back and then gets fouled. So those plays, spark the team. You see the energy of the bench and our guys really getting after it then.
Good.
Thank you guys, appreciate it. Thank you.
Now I want you to talk about George.
Franz, just talk about the way you guys were able to respond kind of after the slow start. What did you guys start to do that helped turn things around?
I don't think we did anything special. We just had a better energy about us, more effort on defense, and then we got a couple easy ones on offense, and we just executed a little bit better, found the roller. Did a couple little things that we talked about in practices and after the last game.
How much did limiting the fouls, some of the ones you had early on, help? Because it seemed like early on you were just constantly playing against their set defense, whether it be taking the ball out of the basket or them.
Yeah, that's a good point. We had 11 fouls in the first quarter, and only 3 in the second one. And like I said earlier, I think when we get out and run, get a couple easy ones, then everybody has a better energy about themselves, and I think that carries over to the defensive side as well.
Obviously, you've been playing with him in training camp, but with your first time back on the court in the preseason game, just how much do you feel your chemistry with Wendell pick up right where it left off at the end of last season? It seems you guys see the game very similarly.
Yeah, I think it makes it easy for everybody in a pick and roll. He's a really good screener and super quick out of the screen, which puts the other big in a bind. He doesn't really know what to do. So I think when he's aggressive and he's putting people into places and stuff like that, and being a leader out there, I think that's when he's at his best, and I think that sets the tone for the whole team.
We talked a little bit about the pregame, about the capabilities that you three as bigs, you, Wendell, and Powell have together. Just how much do you enjoy playing with that grouping, and what potential does it have for the future?
I think I really liked how we communicated. Not everything worked. That's not supposed to. It's only our second game together. For me, my first one. So, but I really like how we always came together. Talk to each other. Tell the other person what we see out there. And I think it's going to pay off. Down the line, hopefully this season.
And lastly, to close it out, how much energy does your brother, kind of bring to the game when he steps on, and how effective was he down the stretch tonight?
Yeah, I think it's it's really tough for people to come in games like these, and then I think it's really cool that he comes in and he enjoys the time out there. There's maybe some people that don't want to play anymore in those minutes, but he goes out there and he gives his all, and he probably won us the game. A couple layups, got a couple stops, and just great effort plays. I think that it gives us a lot of energy as a group.
Appreciate it, Franz.
Sure.
Wendell, Wendell, just what did you like about your group's ability to respond after a slow start tonight?
It's just about us going out there and having swag and playing. Just the game is just a game, and I feel like no matter how we start off, it's always about how we finish games. Of course we want a better start to games, but I feel like we did a really good job of just continuing to play no matter what happened. Even though we was down, we were still having fun. I feel like that's like the most important thing for us, especially as a young group.
How much did starting to limit the number of fouls and really picking up the defensive intensity help? It seemed like early on you're having to pick up out of the basket and play against your set defense a lot.
Yeah, we started off fouling a lot. Sent it to the free throw line, I think. And shot I think we fouled him 25 times tonight, something like that, right? Yeah. That's just this stuff that we can work on. Then we just beating ourselves when we do things like that. Just being solid, making them shoot tough contested twos is like what our identity is. And sometimes we gamble a little bit too much or put ourselves in a bad way to where it almost is like going to be a foul no matter what happens. So I think especially with us being a young team, we can pick and choose when to go for steals, things like that. Just being smarter on the defensive end, I feel like is just very important. I feel like we did a pretty good job of that. Like late second quarter going into the third quarter.
Franz's first preseason game, but it seemed like you guys' chemistry picked right up where it left off.
Yeah.
Just how much do you enjoy playing with a guy who sees the game the way he does, the way you do, and the way you guys are able to play off each other?
Franz is a phenomenal player on both ends. He talks. I think he's one of the guys, in my opinion, who actually holds people accountable. In a very subtle way. It's not like a very loud kind of way, but he brings you to the side like, yo, you need this done, you need this done, you need to do this on both ends of the court. And I feel like for his age, I feel like it's phenomenal. That's something that we need as a young team. And then our connection is just, he plays the right way. We got two guys that just play the right way to win, and I feel like it's easy when two guys out there who got the same agenda. It's pretty easy to play with one another.
So holding people accountable, something he's amplified this season, kind of get more experience with Franz.
Oh yeah, it kind of started from the head of the snake, Mose. Kind of told us, that's our next step as a young team is being able to hold each other accountable, whether you like it or not. That's something that we wanted to go into this season, with a lot of focus on. And like I said, Franz is a winner. He plays to win on both ends of the court, so it's kind of easy for him to be able to tell guys like, yo, I know what it takes to win. Like he's been there before, like he understands the game, and he's a lot more mature for his age. So he makes it very easy for all of us.
Appreciate it, Dale.
Appreciate it, gentlemen.
Yeah, you know it.